All right, we're gonna get this thing started here. Let me adjust my scene so we can actually see my gameplay. All right, that should be appearing. Get this thing started here. Let me adjust my. Just realized I was allowing an echo to come through. I should have fixed that now, so we shouldn't get that anymore. All right, so we are going to do the combat missions here on old Benjamin J. Buttram's account. Uh, Benny's uh, Benny's account is a little stronger than my personal one, so we'll go ahead and hopefully perform just as well as I've performed on my own account. I only dropped 2 waves this phase with my main account. Was able to do both ship battles successfully. Went 8 of 8 in the south, and went 6 of 8 in the middle, and won the Watt mission. Although I did not get 4 out of 4 on the droid mission, which really bothered me. Okay, here we go. 500 crystals, 400 crystals. All right. So let's get here and do some combat missions. The way I have this set up this time is anybody who's talking in Discord audio should also come through in the broadcast. So if you have a question, you can either put it in the chat or comment, more likely than a question. You can put it in the chat on YouTube, or you can put it on the chat in Discord, where I'm much less likely to see it, or you can just jump into the audio and chat, and that'll probably be the easiest way for me to answer questions.
Hey, so if we're drinking rum while we're watching, would you still be able to hear what we're saying?
Yes, I can hear what you're saying, and I just realized that I did not pour myself a bourbon before I came to the basement to stream, and now I'm kind of beating myself up about it.
There's always time.
Rookie move.
I'm not super impressed with myself right now, actually. But I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna do a ship battle, and then I will go upstairs and I will pour myself one before continuing the stream. Is that fair?
Yep.
All right. So I actually did one of Benny's ship battles earlier. I did the more difficult one, I think, with I think I did the more difficult one. Yeah, I did the Geo one earlier and completed that. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other one.
So what does that take to complete that? I lose a ship before I get that reinforcement every time.
So I don't know exactly. So all of my geos are. I said it on Diddy and on Benny. Benny has the Gauntlet Starfighter. Diddy does not. So on Diddy, I went with, I have G12, Sunfac, Spy, and Soldier to start, like everybody else. I had Vader ship as first reinforcement, and then I went ahead and called in. I want to say, I don't remember what my 6th ship was. It wasn't really important. All of my geos survived pretty much the whole fight. So I've had it happen where they die pretty quick, and I've had it where they don't. And it really seems to come down to me on how many resist the days. So if you get one that doesn't resist the day or does resist the days, you've got a pretty good chance of completing it. If all 3 get dazed, I think you're pretty screwed. You have to kill one of the 3 initial ships pretty quickly, in my experience. Now, the difference between this and on Diddy I had my Houndstooth still, so I was able to put Houndstooth into this fight without a tank. I'm not real sure. I'll probably go heavy first order here. I can never remember which of these first order ships is which. Okay, that's the first order SF TIE pilot. What the hell, Benny? Jeez, man, he didn't even use ship Omegas. Come on, man. Plus 15% critical chance, plus 30% damage. That damage one looks pretty important. We're going to do that one. We're going to leave. We'll do that one too. Why not? All right. So, gosh, now I feel like I have to check all. Oh my God, Benny, what's the matter with you? Freaking whale. Doesn't. Hmm. Well, I don't really feel like spending all of his ship omegas, so or whatever. So we'll just ride it out. Hmm.
Some of those on that shuttle look pretty important.
Yeah. Does the B2 bomber tank? I can't remember.
Yeah, that Sith bomber is a tank.
Does it actually taunt? I don't think it taunts. Uh,
And I think I've got literally 650-ish ship omegas saved up. Maybe I've just been hoarding.
so I have a boatload of ship reinforcement mats. So megas are a little tighter, but yeah, I mean the problem with Benny is he's a straight up whale, so he spends like every resource he has. Since I've been playing the account, I've actually saved up some resources for him. Finally, he's not real big on saving.
I got you. So everything's maxed. Yeah, I've got a lot of ships untouched, I guess.
God, that's weird. His first order TIE pilot sucks. I'm gonna do this. I feel like that Emperor shuttle's kind of worthless if I'm not running more Empire. All right, we'll just go with this. It's not like I actually have to win this for us to get 3 stars. So I'm going to be relying pretty heavily on old crew here to get lucky. I think I'm going to have to get some pretty good stuns. I did get Mace. That's nice because I'm pretty sure I could have gotten GK here as well, right? That was aggressive. Kylo's shuttle barely survived. So we'll go after the whatever ship this is. I forget what it's called. The other clone trooper ship. Remember myself what this first order special forces TIE pilot does. I think one of these calls an assist. Yeah, so we'll do this. That should burn him down pretty good. Oh, there goes my shuttle. Dang, that sucks. That's gonna hurt. We'll put offense down on one guy, apparently. Jeez. Stun? No? Come on. Yeah, man, they're making this hard on me. And they're gonna call me. Yikes. Okay. This may not go so good, guys. Bring in Vader and see if we can kill somebody. Okay. Well, we killed one. At least we're. Oh my gosh! Come on, fives. That was not cool. Yeah. This is tough without a tank. There really aren't any other tanks besides Sun Fac and that did not go well. I'm gonna have to think about that when I don't have Houndstooth. Maybe I really should have saved I probably should have saved Boba Fett, maybe, for that mission. I don't know what I would have done differently there.
There's got to be a way to get that Sith bomber to taunt. Just one of its skills gives it a taunt bonus, but I don't know what you do.
Yeah, I think you have to have other Sith ships. I mean, maybe I could have gone Sith bomber with like the Emperor's shuttle and crew. Maybe that would have done something. All right. Double check and see if there's anything in the chat here. There's not. Let's see if there's any. Okay. So let's try. All right. Actually, I'm gonna go get a bourbon. I'll be right back. All right, bourbon has been acquired.
Outstanding.
So while I was in Chicago for a work conference last week, we were at at this bar where I was not paying, and we discovered that they had a substantial bourbon collection. And you know, here I live in Kentucky, where obviously bourbon is common, and one of my favorite bourbons is Weller 12, which here in Kentucky you can get at a bar for somewhere between $30 and $40 a pour. Where we were at this place in Chicago and they were selling it for $15 a pour, 1 5. So me and a friend burned through the entire bottle because we decided that was just too good a price to pass up.
Is it made in Kentucky? How's it cheaper in Chicago?
Because bourbon's unusual. So like Scotch, when you have very expensive, not really good Scotch is priced for its goodness. For whatever reason, bourbon retails at a very reasonable price and then becomes very expensive on the secondary market. So, like Weller 12 is very produced in limited quantity, but only retails for like $60 a bottle. But in the aftermarket, could be as high as $200 or $300 a bottle, or more. And so the pricing gets really wonky. Here in Kentucky, we kind of understand the limited quantity game. Other places they just charge the standard markup that they would charge on any other bottle. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure.
All right. So, what should I do next? I'm gonna warm myself up with droids. So worry if I jump right into the Watt mission, I'll screw it up. So we'll warm ourselves up with droids here. I was really surprised that I was not able to 4 out of 4 this on Diddy. I don't have Droidica geared up, but you shouldn't really need him.
Do you have that Zeta on B1 on your other account?
I do. He's only G11, but I beat it last time with really no problem on Diddy, but this time was not so good. So we'll start with the tenacity down on everyone. I will wait to summon the droid until I get somebody who's G13.
Oh, is that affected? I didn't know that.
Yeah, you'll definitely want to summon somebody with a high gear level. I normally summon it with Grievous, but I'm gonna summon it with B1 this time and just see what happens. See if it affects the stats at all. That B1 has higher offense than Grievous. I don't know it'll matter, but let's give it a shot. I forgot to do it that time. All right, so let's summon the droid with B2 or B1 and C. Oh, this team is so much fun. Just mows through everything.
So that tenacity down ability seems pretty important. So one of the things we've been doing is trying to not fill some platoons on purpose to save good characters for missions. But that seems like a platoon you'd want to fill.
Yeah, the what do they call it, Hellfire? Yeah, the Hellfire tank.
Yeah.
I think it's hugely important, and it really makes Night Sisters a worthwhile team. I mean, Night Sisters without tenacity down are pretty weak. If you can't land plague, it can be really hard to get through some of these. The workaround for that I found has been using DACA lead, which kind of allows you just to survive forever. I mean, it makes the fight miserably long, but you can kind of get by without tenacity down with DACA lead, to some degree or another, or just tenacity down from zombie can kind of get you through. But to land plague on a couple people with Mother Talzin, yeah, that tenacity down is huge.
I will say in this phase, I think I went 4 for 4 on most of the missions. I went 3 for 4 on one of them without having the Hellfire. But I could see where it would have been helpful, especially with the GOs. I had to play on manual. There's no autoing that battle for sure.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, particularly not with Watt shards on the line, but the the Geos obviously also rely on debuffs quite a bit, but tenacity down is coming from Geo Soldier every attack, so I don't think it's as important for Geos. It's really important for droids because they don't have a tenacity down mechanic that I'm aware of off the top of my head, and and Night Sisters are pretty limited. I did find that because I tend to donate my Revan and Malik almost every time, that what I've been doing is running HK with the Triumvirate and Sith Trooper. And the AoE tenacity down from HK makes Scion a lot better because you can actually stick Pain. Because without that, Pain after Wave 2 is pretty much a non-factor.
Nice. Yeah, I went 4 for 4 this phase with Night Sisters with Towson lead, but I had a G13 DACA and a G13 Asajj. But that battle went pretty smoothly.
Yeah, I don't have the Mother Talzin lead Zeta on Diddy. I do think though for this for GOTB that Talzin lead is superior to Asajj lead. Um, but I've been using Asajj or DACA. I mean, I really think DACA lead might be the best of all the leads because you're just getting so much extra health, and really the only way Night Sisters lose is if you get AoE'd to death in P4. So having that extra health is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, I stuck the Zeta on DACA when I G13'd her. Figured might as well do both.
She's good, man. Real good. All right. Can I get somebody that can do tenacity down here? Because if not, we're going to be in trouble. Come on. Somebody's got the Hellfire thing. All right. Beat. Can I AoE? Yeah, I can AoE. Okay. All right. I need B2 to get a turn. There we go. All right. We should be good now. Just got to kill this ARC Trooper. I mean, see right there, like if I couldn't get that, if I was not able to get that tenacity down off, or the tenacity down off, I was gonna be in trouble. I think that's a pretty. I think droids are gonna lose pretty commonly in Phase 4 without the Hellfire tank.
I did all 4 today without it, but it took longer than your battle's taking, and I lost B2 at one point, so I could see how it could have gone south.
I will say my B1 is stacked with offense, which I think is really helpful. Maybe here where in TW you definitely want your B2 pure speed, but I've got a full offense set on my B1 and still like 250 speed, but at that damage level, I'm doing a lot of damage on every AoE or every attack.
Yeah, I had speed on him. My battle probably took 3 times as long as yours did.
Yeah, you're right about the tenacity down. That made it look pretty easy.
Let me see here. Should I turn?
Well, especially because you're getting Hellfire from that's from the platoons, the phases before. Isn't that correct?
Correct. Yeah, the previous phase.
And we get max stars those previous phases pretty easily anyway. So I don't know if there's a point in not maxing them out to get it if we're already getting max stars.
I think what I've kind of heard the discussion being around it is mostly related to Malik, and now that Malik is back, I think the resistance to filling platoons completely will probably go away. because
Hey, how did you have? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, you're good.
How'd you have B2 modded for that?
So B2, um,
Yeah, because you said you had B1 offense, right?
yeah, B2 I'm sure is potency and defense, but I actually don't know. Let's go look because I don't. I did not mod most of these tunes. Benny is uh, a very smart player, so I haven't had to adjust too much. So yeah, it looks like potency sets, one tenacity set. Um, so 98,000 effective health, no speed, of course, 107% potency, 95% tenacity. That tenacity is really important in TW. Obviously, you don't want to get your B2 stunned or ability blocked or anything like that. That's pretty much it. Pretty simple modding. But if you look at the B1, you'll see some pretty stout offense modding, 6E offense mods. So plus 93 speed, but almost plus 2,000 physical offense. Offense primary on both the cross and the triangle, and I very much recommend a potency set secondary. So he's running at 94% potency. You want to try to land as much of those target locks as possible. It's huge for B1's effectiveness. And I'm really excited about their next TW with Newt. I G13 Newt on Benny, running at 300 speed, plus 124. The droid teams that we faced in our last TW with really fast Newt were miserable. I've even considered adding like maybe another 10 or 15 speed to Newt here just to be particularly obnoxious.
Yeah, you're right. Those teams sucked.
All right, let's get back in here. Is it time for Watt? You know, I don't want to move mods. I do have a G13 Brood Alpha. Maybe I can get away without moving mods.
Hey, you've got that Hailfire ready. You're good to go.
I mean, my Brood Alpha is 105 protection, 278 plus 118. Like, I don't think I need to move mods. That seems substantially decent. Let me look at the others. Spy. All health mods. I mean, why does he have all health mods on Spy? What's going on here? These are, that's not going to work. All right. Well, rather than just trying to put a new load at it, I'm going to see if I have the mods to make this work without having to pull off somebody else. Let's see. This is riveting live streaming right here of me adjusting mods.
Or we're just going to be critiquing how you're doing it, though.
Seeing what I've got available. Ooh, that's a nice mod right there. Plus 14 speed, plus 112 offense, crit damage circle. Tenacity. So let's see. I could do that. 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 Oof. It's not very pretty, but we'll see what it looks like. Gonna need a crit damage. That's pretty good. And oh, that's health primary, speed primary. Let's see. Oof, Spy is squishy. Not bad though. It's definitely a better setup than what he had before. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and move like like HK's mods over. Let's do that. And why is this mod not 6E? Because it's not very good. That explains it. All right. I'll leave that alone. And then I'm going to look at soldiers mods. Let's look at Sunfac first. Sunfac is modded. Sunfac is probably fine. A couple 6Es. Crit damage. Why does Sunfac have a crit damage mod? Any ideas? Seems weird.
I guess those other core stats or those other stats there are nice, the secondaries.
I didn't really look. Yeah, that's true. I guess you figure plus 1600 protection, you kind of get away with not having the percent. I'm going to go ahead and put Malik's mods on. And then let's see what we've got on Soldier. Every time I see Geo Soldier, I want to sing a Soldier Boy song.
Yeah, just polish off some of that bourbon. We'll hear it.
Actually, those mods look fine for Soldier. I'm going to leave those in place. And then old Poggle. I will probably, I'm definitely going to put some mods on Poggle. I think I'm going to put like Revan's mods on Poggle. Extra speed on Poggle for the ability block is pretty nice. So we'll just put, don't like that. Oh, son of a. Benny. Jerk.
Yeah. Hey, just throwing it out there, but I appreciate the work that you're putting into the getting your watch shards because it's a big deal, you know? We want to get shards.
Well, the challenge we have in AOTS is we are 44 shards from unlock. So if we only have only 6 people can fail, or we can't unlock. So there's some substantial anxiety around getting this done.
So you'd prefer to not be one of those 6.
Right, exactly. Now, on Benny, actually, I only need 39 shards because Benny did his first GOTB with Wolfpack of Busconda.
So that's where Headhunter and I came from the Bosque Alliance before we joined Schwartz.
Right. And Busconda has the Wolfpack of Busconda has a few of our former members in it. When TB first dropped, way back when Hoth TB first dropped, we had a substantial number of our top whales leave to go to, at the time was BHG, and that BHG guild eventually merged with, I don't know who they merged with, but anyway, they ended up in Wolfpack of Busconda. Let's do that. Tenacity down to start. Just start. I think even in this early phase, I still think the right move is to spread ability block. I think it's just kind of the standard MO. Man, the sergeants hit like crazy. They really do.
It was AoE.
All right, everybody's got ability block, so that's good. Start.
Look at your boy Outrageous with the guild chat shout out there.
Haha.
Yeah, he's been working that the whole time, man. All right, so these first couple phases, like all I'm trying to do is just go in with everybody at full health to that last phase, because if my TM is low on, going a little low going in, it's possible I can't stick an ability block right off the bat, and so I'm gonna have to weather that AOE. Do you see that? Why is my does he equalize afterward? Why my tank was not equalizing protection? That was strange. Yeah, see, look, why is the brute not equalizing?
Yeah, that was odd.
Still isn't. Look at him. He doesn't have.
So last phase, I had a similar issue, but with Magna Guard, where using my B1 special targeting Magna Guard, it would not increase his protection, and it would anyone else I used it on an A. And he didn't have any debuffs or healing immunity or anything, and I never figured it out. But it looks similar to what you're experiencing right now.
Oh, there it is. He finally equalized. I wonder what was caused. Nope, there it goes again. I don't know. There's definitely something going on there. Now, you see what I did right there is I called the droid in. I don't know if y'all know that, but if you call the droid in, even with, it gives everybody turn meter. So I got a little 50% turn meter for everybody there by calling the droid in, even though I can't call the droid in. For me, the clone sergeants are definitely the worst for the geos because of the AoE. I mean, the sharpshooters can one-shot people, but the AoE is what will kill you with the geos. Go ahead and heal up. Just keep that going as cycled on cooldown as much as possible, even though I didn't really need it.
So did you say which bourbon you're drinking right now?
I am drinking Basil Hayden right now, which is, in my opinion, the finest bourbon that you can get for a reasonable price.
Smooth.
I get a bottle of Basil Hayden here in Lexington for about $24.
I've got some on my bar right now, for sure.
And it's kind of crazy. Like, I'll see Basil Hayden being poured in, like, I was in Vegas a couple weeks ago for a conference. And they were pouring Basil Hayden for like $18 a pour. And I was like, I don't know, fellas. I mean, even in Vegas, that seems steep. I'm really pretty new to bourbon. I didn't drink bourbon until I moved to Kentucky. I was a Scotch guy. My whole didn't grow up drinking Scotch, but that sounds weird. Scotch was kind of my dad's drink. That's what I drank all through school, all through college, and into adulthood. But when I moved to Kentucky, it was made pretty clear to me that I was either going to drink bourbon or I could get the hell out. Did I just pull like 3 ARC troopers in this phase? That seems a little excessive. Alright, let me start storing up specials here so I've got everything on cooldown. Or off cooldown, rather. See, that brute is still not equalizing. I wonder if that's intended or... maybe he's just hiding and I can't see him clearly. Alright, here we go. Phase 4. It's go time. Oh, look at that. I didn't even get an ARC trooper. That's pretty lucky. Does Kiadi Mundi AoE?
I'm fighting him right now.
Looks like he does not AoE. He does not. So it looks like Sergeant's really the only guy I got to worry about. I'll go ahead and do Pawns too, because he does that thing that he does. Go ahead and do Mace. All right, so I think that's it. Should be a pretty easy watch shard here, all things considered. Pretty sure if I kill the Sergeant, it's kind of automatic at that point.
Does this account have the Zeta on Brood Alpha's leadership?
Does
or just
not,
the unique?
Yeah, it does not. Just on the unique. Let's blind Mace so he doesn't one-shot somebody with his stupid move. Ooh, I should probably ability block this guy here so he doesn't res anybody. Go back to Pawns. Did he heal on me? What's he doing? I think this is a Ponzi scheme. Dad joke.
Boo.
I guess we'll do that. Seems like overkill. 160,000. Oh, we'll finally taunt with Sunfac. I haven't done that at all yet. Man, I like that special from the Brute. I think it hits pretty hard. Alright, Akana, I'm sorry. I think I got kind of an easy P4 here. I don't know that I really showed you what it's going to look like if you get a harder one. That's, not having an ARC Trooper is substantially easier, and nobody counters. So I didn't have like a, you know, if you pull fives there, or Shock T, or who's the other one that counters? The fish guy. I think that's a little harder because you don't really have any way to daze other than I think Sunfac special dazes. All right, there's a watch shard.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's see how many of these missions I have left. 3 more. I'll tell you, they sure didn't make this time efficient, did they? Let's see. I want to definitely do Night Sisters here. All G13 Night Sisters. Oh, baby. Are all your Night Sisters G13?
Oh shit. No, I wish.
You
I would really like that Zeta on DACA.
You have more G13s than Benny, though, but I guess you haven't done Night Sisters yet.
That's only because he's on like a hiatus.
Well, that's because he's not whaling. He left me with a single vault. I think I have G13s, maybe 13 people or 14, but
I've seen some of the zombies that you guys have done, and that's got to make such a huge difference in those teams.
You know what's weird? Actually, since I've G13'd the Night Sisters on Benny, I've yet to get a hold in TW, and I think it's because it just means like nobody's screwing around, right? Like I'm pulling really good teams. You know, people are overpowering it. Is my guess, but
right. They're not trying a trooper team on it anymore.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what you want. Make them burn a meta counter, and they might clear it in one, but it took them something.
I also don't wonder if I should start using MT lead with all G13, like especially because everybody's been using Asajj lead because people were using Trey to counter, but now that Trey is being held for Geos or being used against Grievous, maybe it's time to go back to the Talzin lead because you're probably you're not pulling the Trey counter. Actually, I haven't thought about that, but we might want to look at that for next TW. I think the last guild we faced, Kona, didn't they had a lot of MT leads.
they were. I was, yeah. What you guys were both just talking there about burning a meta team on a Night Sister team. Maybe that's where they got hung up. They cleared those first 2 zones so quickly, and then I don't know what happened. Fell apart.
That was weird, wasn't it? So Falcon knows what we're talking about. Like we faced a guild where both of us put down essentially 2 full zones of Sith Empire Malix, and they put one of theirs in the middle, and we put both of ours up front, and they cleared our first one with like almost no misses. Like it was a beautiful clear. And then we kind of really struggled at first to get through them. Our efficiency was pretty bad at the beginning. But they got like totally hung up somewhere, and they just ran out of steam. Like they couldn't clear anything. It's really bizarre.
So we've been using, Treya for Geos, so then Padme against Night Sister. So I'm wondering, what would give Padme a harder time, Towson lead or AV lead?
Yeah, the problem is for us we're seeing 2 full zones of Sith Empire. I mean, what we put up is 2 full zones of Sith Empire. Well, I probably shouldn't say this on a stream. Yeah, I don't care. We put up 2 zones of Sith Empire and then 2 zones of Grievous, and then 2 zones of Night Sisters, and then something else behind that. And so, like, Grievous is chewing up a lot of the Padmes. Those that aren't being used on Revan. So I'm not really sure what people are using on Night Sisters. We've started using bounty hunters on Night Sisters. We don't put bounty hunters on D anymore. We're using Django lead to beat Night Sisters, and it works quite well.
Yeah, we're using Jedi Knight Revan on Grievous because we're saving a lot of our Darth Revans for offense.
And you're not seeing a lot of Darth Revan on D right now, right?
No, they'll pepper a few in, and we knock them out pretty quick.
Yeah, y'all are like just like right around 220 or a little under 220 GP.
Yeah, right at 220.
Yeah, we found when we got it was like TW was like pretty mellow or like not super stressful until we got. I don't know. We felt we were 220. We got sandbagged once in a while where somebody really way above us would kind of F with us. But if we were facing another guild in that 220 range, we usually wipe the floor with them. But man, once we got into like 225, 228, it got really kind of messy for a while. We were really struggling. And now that we're up into the 235 now, like we seem to be cleaning house again. I don't know. It's kind of weird who you pull based on where you are and what you see. It's kind of strange that little GP difference seems to totally change the kind of opponent you pull.
I would like to know how many different guilds there are at that power level.
We're kind of at the point now where there's only maybe, I think we're like 48th in the world globally, and so there's only like 10 guilds that we're probably going to pull in TW, if there's no sandbagging.
Yeah, because I guess the guild that we pulled, I mean, they dropped 2 players, right, to get to our galactic power. They're like a 245 guild, and we're like a 235.
Right. But that's the first time we've been sandbagged in a really long time. Like, I felt like we hadn't been sandbagged in I don't know exactly how long, but it had been a while. Alright, let's see. I probably want to kill this ARC Trooper, huh? Oof, yes, that's exactly what I want to do. He AoEs me, dazes everybody. What a bastard.
Is that's his deal, is the AoE daze?
Yes.
So that's what everyone's sweating when they're talking about these ARC Troopers?
Yes, generally. And it does quite a bit of damage, too.
Yeah, one more AoE is always fun.
Yeah, see, I'm about to be in trouble here.
You got some flag out there. That helps.
Yeah, but my dock is dazed. It's kind of where I wish I had Talia, . Gotta get that Leet Talia action. So one thing the Night Sister team doesn't have is a cleanse. Be such a huge advantage. Hopefully this plague starts to eat away at him. I'm worried Barris is going to heal. God, that is the worst. The good news is with the G13 Zeta Daka, hopefully I'm just stacking enough health here that it'll be all right. Oh, God. Oh, I spoke too soon. Oh. Oh, man. I don't think I'm going to be able to get a res either. Oof, that ARC Trooper just ate me up, man.
And the Xeris for the heals. I know in my round I didn't have a Xeris, and they had no way to heal, so the plague was just ate away at them the whole time. They couldn't get rid of it.
Yeah, that was a tough pull. I mean, the problem with Night Sisters is there's no way to crowd control that ARC Trooper. If I had Thrawn in there or something, I could fracture him or do something. But with Night Sisters, there's no way to. If I can't get a stun on him, pretty much over. All right, time to get creative. Let's see what we got here. Probably go with the trio. Dooku. I probably should have used. I might have been better off using EP up north with Bastila, where I could have that tenacity down. Actually, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go with trio, HK, and Sith Trooper. I used that on Diddy and it worked really well. Let's do that. Tenacity down. Can't do without it. Why isn't he countering? Does Benny have a... Oh, there's the counter. Okay. We'll wait to summon the droid with HK. Isolate the medic so he doesn't res anybody. Take a cooldown down for Nihilus. HK is very... Why is HK taking so long to go here? I guess everybody picks up turn meter on the Sith trio team. Don't really need tenacity down on this first phase. Although I've noticed the level 90 here on the first phase really ramps up, I guess, about phase 3. In phase 4, are they starting off at like level 95?
That's a good question.
Because that's what determines those resist rates. The thing I love about Trey Elite is these guys just kill themselves. It's great. Probably save that Annihilate for the beginning of phase 2 or wave 2. Sometimes I wish Scion would get his held by hatred a lot faster. Seems like it takes forever sometimes.
And that countdown comes down with the amount of pains landed, right?
Yes. So when you've got a high tenacity opponent, it does not work nearly as well. Phase 2 is always a cream puff. Have you noticed that? Like if you get past phase 1, they go pretty easy on you. So I guess I'll annihilate the clone commander. I'm not even sure what the clone commander does, to be honest with you. Do you know? I don't know.
I know he throws up debuffs, and he might do buffs as well.
He doesn't seem to be that threatening. There it is. I'll tell you what else I did on Diddy that I really kind of like that I did was I put crit avoid arrows on all of my Sith Empire. I did it to primarily for Geos, but actually worked really well in TB. I don't need him to be fast. I just need him to survive at the end of those phases. And the big crits from like Sergeant or from the ARC Trooper will wipe them in one hits, but seem to work pretty well.
You're talking about your Sith trio?
Yeah, they all
Okay.
have. I have crit avoid arrows on all of them on Diddy. They're not that way on Benny, but
I definitely need to listen to you guys on how you guys mod them, because mine, my Sith trio is not modded defensively at all.
Well, so my initial modding on them, like I was all about the offense Scion. I mean, my Scion was like a pure DPS monster, and wow, I might be in trouble here. In hindsight, I mean, that wasn't really like a big deal. I mean, that was like the right build back when Treya was truly the meta. But now, you know, you just got to have him survive. I mean, we all modded Treya that way to deal with Revan. I don't think we ever really thought about doing it to the others because Treya was just the one getting marked. But at this point, I think Scion's a tank. I think it's probably time to treat him like one.
Yeah, I've reallocated a lot of my mods off of the trio, whether it being speed or offense, to teams that really need them, and now they're modded more for survivability and stuff like this, where you need just 60 health mods. And
I think crit avoid arrows have become, you know, I mean, I think Zalbar could have a crit avoid arrow. I think Magna Guard's crit avoid arrow. I mean, there's a lot of tunes now where the crit avoidance arrow is a pretty good call. I think Astaire has like maybe 10 or 12 tunes modded with him now. Especially in the Grievous meta. I mean, Grievous is, you know, his crit, if you can avoid some of his crits, it's huge. Oh, all clones. God, this is the worst. With GK, no less. Oh, I'm screwed. Oh, God. You see that? They just wiped out Trey in like 2 seconds. Oh, my goodness. It's ridiculous. Wait, why didn't Scion revive?
Something with fives, right? Did fives get the kill?
Does that like in his kit now, like Elite Fives? Does Elite Fives like execute people?
Yes, something came up with that last territory battle.
That's pretty obnoxious if true. Can I still pull this off? Is this possible? Need Nihilus to get a turn. Oh, great. Yeah, res. Cool. Oh, dude, all I need is a freaking... Oh, I just need a 4-strain. Oh, here we go. Yeah, buddy. Treya lead for the win.
That's going to be a fun replay.
Yeah, I'm actually going to win this. That's pretty awesome.
does that Nihilist have 6 health primaries?
Probably. Yeah, I don't know. I'll look. But he didn't even really get targeted. I mean, Let's go look at Nihilus's mods and see. He probably does. Benny has like some absurd amount of 6E mods. Oops. Ooh, need to remember to fix those Sith Empire mods before I go to bed. Where you at, Darth Nihilus? There he is. 1 health primary, 62. Yeah, 2 6E health primaries. So he's rocking. Yeah, I mean, he just stacks so much health. All right, is that it? Am I done, or I have one more? I think I have one more. Yeah. Let's see. All right, what do we want to use for this last one? Could go First Order or Bounty Hunters.
Are there any teams that you can throw in like a Dooku and a Newt?
I'd love to, but I don't think I have any. I don't think I have enough Separatists. Let's look. I think it's just they're the only two left, and unfortunately, their kits are really only for Separatists. So, Separatist allies leads. So I guess I could do like Dooku with Newt, and I mean I could go for like some Universal tunes. Let's see. I mean I could do Thrawn because Thrawn's awesome. Could do Wampa. The problem is Wampa without the days is just the Dooku lead. I think whenever an enemy falls below 100% health, they inflict tenacity down and healing immunity on themselves. But if they heal up, I don't know. Who else has tenacity down? Kylo does it on basic, but without him in the leadership, he'll get blown up. Does Dengar put out tenacity down? I feel like he does.
Does his AoE do that?
Yeah, no, it's his basic, I think, actually. I'm going to do Bounty Hunters. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I won't get 4 out of 4, but I can probably get 3 with Bounty Hunters. It's going to take me 45 minutes. The Bounty Hunter damage output is abysmal. I don't think I have a G13 here.
Django lead can do some damage, but that won't help you much in TB.
Yeah, I definitely went with I really do wish they had I thought for sure Dengar did. Oh yeah, you're right. It is his AoE. Okay, cool. Yeah, I really wish. I don't know what I wish. I wish something. Boss lead is pretty good here. I mean, they're really hard to kill under boss lead. But yeah, you're right. I mean, the Django DPS is so much better when he's the leader.
It's nice that boss gets protection whether you land it or they resist. So even in the later phases when they resist everything, you still get your protection.
Yeah, definitely. Problem is the bounty hunters are after Bosk are Django's all right, but Django and Bosk are the only tanky ones. Like everybody else is like paper. guess that's probably why Embo would have been attractive. But the detonators are pretty sweet. They do a lot of damage against these super high health opponents. Akona, have you done your watch shards yet?
Nope, that'll be the last thing I do. I'm almost done with this last CM though, so
Take forever, don't they?
yeah, they do. I really didn't want to spend that Zeta on Brood Alpha. I don't know. I know you guys all really like that unique, but not a fan. I feel like he's gonna get it off anyway.
So it's not important for TB. I don't feel like the unique. I think it's super important for GA and TW because it gives you a pre-taunt.
Yeah, and I agree with you completely on that because I mean, otherwise you can kind of walk in there and ability block him or something, and then really screw that team over.
So I think it's worthwhile for that. I mean, it's for that reason alone. But yeah, I would argue for TB, the leader Zeta is more important. That extra damage is really significant.
And I got that fucking accolade of red, and then nothing.
I've
Couldn't
had
kill it.
zero luck with the accolade. I pulled like 4 AoE Jedi at one point, and the Jedi just wreck me. I will say that's been kind of like the most frustrating part of GOTB has been the randomness of who you get assigned wave wise.
Yeah.
All right. To brag real quick on bounty hunters, my Django is in the top 10 physical damage in the game according to .gg, and that's with a crit damage triangle.
That's pretty cool.
How much do you have an offense set on him?
Yeah, offense and potency sets. Because he gets a lot of offense with his unique, and then when his payout gets triggered, he gets more offense, and he can one-shot fools when that happens.
So is your best offense set on Django or on like HK or Yoda?
No, it's on HK right now. My highest offense set is definitely on HK. But he's also got a crit damage triangle, not offense, so he doesn't make the leaderboards there.
Yeah, I keep meaning to put my plus like my top speeds. I forget what it is, like plus 168 or whatever my top speeds. I just put it on TIE Fighter Pilot to be the fastest tune in the game.
168. You guys and your crazy good mods.
This bounty hunter run here is going pretty well.
Oh, you had to say something.
It's not the first time I've made that mistake, is it?
I always thought they did all right up until P4, and then the boss dies like immediately, and it's like, oh, okay, well, there that goes.
Yeah, to me, that's what they are. They're like a guaranteed 3 phases, and then as soon as boss gets hit hard, it's all over. Depending on what you pull. I mean, I might get lucky and pull like something easy. I still haven't figured out, like, Shock T seems largely unbeatable to me in a phase 4. You just can't get rid. I mean, the only way to do it is if you have B2 to buff block all the dispels, but then Shock T can like dispel or cleanse everybody. I don't.
Yeah, she pretty much has to stay ability blocked or you die.
Ugh, this freaking clone team again. Okay, decent. All right, managed to get some tenacity down off. not buff block Rex though, did it? Dang it. Oof, Rex, that was rough. Percent health on Bosk was please no. Leave me alone. Leave him alone. What did he do to you? Oh,
Hey, so what's the?
Jeez.
What are you looking for in here with Zam? Like, what does she do for you on this team?
Throws out debuffs. I mean, that's really all she's there for. I might have been better off using like Zam, Embo maybe, but you know she's gonna throw out 6 debuffs here, and I was kind of hoping it'd keep everybody healed, but
I think I have her at gear 7, so I've honestly not used her one time.
she's really good in Django lead because she is very fast and throws out a bunch of debuffs for Django to start getting his contract off. But yeah, this is these clones are. Who's the lead here? Is it like a 5s lead and they don't tell you?
Yeah.
And of course, I'm not getting any revives from my Fet boys because apparently 5s just murders people. All right, I'll take my 3 out of 4. All right, well there we go. There was not a lot of sexy playing there, although I will say that Night Sister Phase 4 was pretty legit. Is that all of them? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. All right, that's it.
Nice.
Let's see. Do I have anything else to do? Should we, let's see if I've got. By the way, I have heard that you may want to gear a few of these guys in my favorites right here in particular.
Why young Lando?
No. Can you see my mouse? The cursor?
Yep.
See the guy it's going around? That's the one I would focus on.
Ah, the dude, he died like such a bitch in the movie.
Yeah, I hear he's getting some attention.
Are we gonna have an underwater mission? Because that was like the only thing useful he did in the whole series.
And I don't know why Benny has young Lando here, except that, you know, he doesn't have a ton left to do. I mean, he's got some trash tunes down here, but I assume he's trying to finish the prepared squad or for ships. I G12'd his other 2 clones recently, so just got to get Cody and Clone Sergeant. But Cody and Clone Sergeant are not getting reworks, so I think there's a little less. I think there's some suspicion that some other clones may come out to replace those 2, so maybe it's not worth spending the resources to G12 them.
Isn't that Clone Sergeant? Isn't that like a lot of your damage on that team?
Yeah, and I'll gear it. I mean, I would gear him if it turned out there wasn't going to be another clone coming. But, you know, if they come out with Heavy or one of the other clones, then I'd hate to put a bunch of gear there that isn't really going to be needed long term.
Yeah. Yeah, Mace makes a lot of sense, though. I mean, if we are going to get a light side territory battle at some point.
Yeah, no, Mace is a must gear at this point. From word on the street is that TI is already gearing him to 13. Anticipating.
What is that?
Team Instinct is already.
Oh,
gearing
those
him.
fuckers. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna call it a night. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, thanks for showing the missions.
You bet. Talk to you later.
Enjoy the Basil Hayden.